Alright, instantly sucks. And not for the reason that you think it does. I'm going to show you, this is a lead. We just started this email campaign. We've sent out a few hundred emails. We're getting a pretty low response rate at the moment, but we got our first positive reply today. And unfortunately, this came in at 9 a.m. and it was just marked as lead. It didn't actually know what the intent of this was. And I don't know. I'm not an expert on cold email, but this looks like a yes. It looks a lot like a yes. In fact, it is a fucking yes. And yeah, instantly didn't pick up on this yes at all. It wasn't marked as interested. And so our trigger that is supposed to alert the sales team, hey, you should reach out to this lead. They're pretty interested. Didn't fire. And so in this video, I'm going to show you how I'm using AI to solve that problem, how we can actually take advantage of every single positive lead as soon as they come in, and how you can set that up too. So let me get started. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to come into your settings of Instantly and go over to integrations and webhooks and go ahead and add a webhook. Okay, so then you're going to put in your URL. Let's just call ours penispoopfart.com. And then we're going to select our event type. And for this type of thing that we're doing, we're just going to do reply received. Okay, we just want to know any reply because obviously Instantly cannot be trusted to tell us when that reply is positive. So we're just going to figure that out on ourselves, on our own, by ourselves. We're going to figure it out. So just do reply received and then select campaign. We'll just do all campaigns because fuck it, okay? That's my reasoning. Fuck it. So then once you've added a webhook, then you're going to come over and you're going to make sure that that webhook is set up to receive events. So here's how we have it set up. You can do this in Zapier or Make, however you want to do it. But yeah, basically all you're going to do is create a post endpoint. So that means this function is going to post, or Instantly is going to make a post request to your endpoint whenever a reply is received. And all you want to do is process that request. So we're starting a trigger task. You can have that start your Zapier or Make task or whatever, however you want to do it. I just do it in code because, well, I'm fucking cool like that. You know, that's really the only explanation here. And then if we come down to our trigger.dev workflow, I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing and how we're processing these leads in order to figure out if the reply is positive or if it's negative. So the idea here is we have a task, and what we want to do is we want to ask the AI twice to figure out what kind of intent this lead is. And the reason we do it twice is because the first one is to analyze the response and figure out, you know, why do we think they're interested? How, you know, what's their interest about? And then the second one is simply to turn that into a deterministic answer so that we can use code to continue out the rest of the steps. So the first prompt is basically just telling the AI, your job is to, you know, figure out if this lead is interested. And then I added this because we were getting some false negatives here. Basically saying, you know, keep in mind, people don't really respond, yes, this is a wonderful idea, blah, blah, blah. On email, they just go yes or sure, right? And so we need to make sure that those people are counted positively because that is basically as good as you're going to get is a positive reply. So please keep in mind, blah, blah, blah. So what this outputs is, if I come back to my trigger.dev workflow here, this is what it looks like. So it's going to output, and as you can see, we're just logging the analysis. And this is what the analysis looks like. So it says, the lead's reply of yes indicates a high level of interest in the offer presented by James. Given the context of the email where James is offering to resolve website issues and provide a new website quickly, the affirmative response suggests that the recipient is open to exploring. You get the idea, okay? So this is an explanation of why we think they are interested or not interested. And then the next step is to ask ChatGPT again, okay, we have this analysis. I need you to analyze, you know, the analysis, but give us just a one-word answer of whether, you know, what that analysis, what the conclusion basically is. It's either going to be positive, negative, or neutral, okay? And we just say, don't output anything other than one word, either positive, negative, or neutral. And this has been super reliable. Sometimes you'll get ChatGPT, it'll say, excellent, I can do that. Your answer is positive. And that's not going to work because we need to parse that word positive. And so what we have on here is max attempts of 6. So if ChatGPT replies with words other than just those, then we're just going to fail the task and retry it, and 1 out of 6 times it's going to do it. So far it's been 100% of the time, but if it ever fails attempt 2, it'll work. So then basically all we're doing is we're looking at the response. If the determination is neutral or negative, we're done. We're not going to do anything else. That's it. They're probably not interested, right? But if that determination is positive or is not positive, then we're going to throw an error. So this is how we determine to make sure that it either output one of neutral, negative, or positive, and if it didn't output one of these, we're throwing an error. Or we're throwing an error if it's not positive. You get the idea, okay? Hopefully you get the idea. I'm fucking bad at explaining things, but anyways, after we've done that, we're just pulling some data from the database. You could just use the lead data that you got from Instantly, and then we're sending that to our make automation. And don't worry, I'm going to change this URL because I don't want you to know. How about that? How about them apples? I just don't want you to know. I don't want you to DDoS me with some fucking bullshit. Okay, anyways. And then we're just sending over that data. And then this is actually going into a make automation. And all we're doing is we're putting that contact in the CRM. We're putting that, we're adding a note to that CRM with the information for the email. So if this loads, then we'll see the email reply content is exactly, it's going to say their reply, and then it's going to show the message before that we sent them. And then we also have some additional phone numbers that we're going to throw in there. And then we're also going to send that message to the sales team in Slack so that they can get on top of the lead. And yeah, we put the reply context just to make sure that we're not getting too many, false positives, or the sales team can quickly determine that it is a false positive. So that's the whole system. Basically, the real kind of unlock here is the double. I started doing this a while back, but this really helps, the double kind of analysis, because if you just had this message be like reply positive, negative, or neutral, it's not going to get it all the time. It's going to be inaccurate, or it's going to add extra words. It's just not as reliable. Sure, it's twice as expensive or whatever, a little bit more expensive, but yeah, you're going to get a much better kind of analysis and response if you do these 2 prompts. So anyways, that's the whole video. If you want help with your business, link below, click on it, fill out the form, book a call, make more money. That's essentially the process. Thanks for watching.